Leeds United won, Harrogate Town 0, and with that result, Leeds United cruise through the FA Cup third round and now await our fourth round opposition, which will be decided this weekend. I have to say, that was an absolute snooze fest. That was a tough game to get through in portions. It was a side in Harrogate Town who, yes, defended resolutely, who, yes, you have to say, didn't give up for the entire 90 minutes. They kept themselves strong. They kept themselves in the game. But wow, Leeds should have been walking all over them. We should have been dog walking them down the street, cruising out of there with a 4 or 5-0 win, because that was a very, very, very comfortable, easy game for Leeds United. It just looked in patches like we didn't even get out of second or third gear. There were a couple of changes. Maybe you could say that was a potential reason, but I wouldn't even say so, because you got fresh legs coming in there. You got players like Schmidt, who's barely played, who I thought was one of our better performers on the day, who I thought was really, really exciting. I thought his cutting-edge creativity in terms of his final ball was really, really good. I thought his work rate and tenacity, getting up and down that right-hand side from the fullback position, overlapping the winger and still getting back to defend when he's needed with, was really, really good. I was really thoroughly impressed with Schmidt, and I'd love to see him get some more game time. And if he was probably as natural in a left-back position, potentially as a right-back position, he would be getting more game time, you'd hope, because, well, with Firpo out, I know he just came back today, and we'll touch on that later. There was a big opportunity, a big space in the side there for him to potentially play over Byram, but he just hasn't seemed trusted by Daniel Farke at all, aside from bringing him on in cameos further up the pitch. It seems like defensively there's just something there that Farke is not happy with, that Farke does not want to play him in that fullback position defensively. So what that is, I don't know. I'm not privy to that information, but from what I saw today, he defended well. Granted, he didn't have too much to defend against because Harrogate weren't really doing much going forward, but I was impressed with Schmidt, and I'm intrigued to hear what you guys have to say, if you guys were equally as impressed with him. But I was very impressed with him. And Giavogi came in. I know he came under a lot of criticism. Caldalo came in. But again, I thought they all put in good performances, and I'm not going to look at that to the point as to why we could only beat Harrogate Town 1-0. And it's not even just that it was 1-0, it's that there were just portions of the game, especially a lot of the second half, the early parts before we got the goal, where Harrogate were actually causing us some pressure back there. They were causing us some problems. It was they almost nicked a goal, which, granted wasn't the greatest of chances for them, but they did almost nick a couple of chances. They were getting set pieces, quite a few of them, and on another day they might have had a bit of luck on their side and actually managed to get a goal, and then Leeds would have been really up against it. It would have been either going to extra time, or we would have been getting pegged back with a 1-0 defeat, walking out of the cup at an early stage once again, which is not something I think that we can legislate for as a club. We need a cup run, we need an FA Cup run, we need to get to Wembley, we need to do something to get the fans excited. Okay, we don't need to, but I would love to see it. It's been a long time since Leeds have been successful in the cup, and especially if you look at the 2010s, we had an awful track record in the cup. Granted, it improved slightly. We got as far as Chelsea in the round of 16 last year, but I'd like us to go one step further. I'd like us to get to Wembley. I'd like us to have something that excites the fans and gets everyone on board and allows us to play some big teams this year, and hopefully we can pursue through the cup with some easier opposition, shall we say, in the latter stages of this FA Cup, and well, until we get to the latter stages, should I say. But yeah, I thought today was definitely an opportunity for quite a few players, Ramazani being one of them because he's been in and out of the side, Schmidt being another one, and Giavogi, just to show what he's got in there. And I was impressed with all of them. Ramazani as well, I have to give a special shout out to. I thought he was really fucking good today, especially in the first half. He looked hungry for a goal. He looked determined. If anyone was going to get us a goal, it was going to be him, because he was cutting in all the time on that left-hand side, ripping shots. A few of them whistled past the post. He had a couple of other ones where he took a couple guys on. Again, the shot just down the middle of the goal, too easy to deal with, unfortunately. But throughout the game, he made himself a trouble to Harrogate. He was always looking forward, looking to try and take someone on, looking to try and get a shot off, looking to try and create something, to try and manufacture a goal. And I can't speak highly enough of his performance today. I thought that was a really, really good opportunity for him to stamp himself back into Fox good books and Fox starting list, and I think he definitely went a good distance to doing that for himself today. I really do. And then Joseph, I have to touch on him as well. I thought he was a little bit wasteful. He was a little bit too determined to score in the end. I think after he hit the post in the first half and after things weren't really going his way, you could see latter stages of the second half, he just kind of lost his head a little bit. He wasn't playing the smart balls. He was just trying to do anything he could to try and manufacture a goal. And to a certain extent, I like that from him. I like that he's got that hunger and determination now. I'm not walking away from this pitch. I don't care if we win. I need to score. And that's what a lot of great strikers have in them. So that's the only credit I can give him. I don't think it was his best game, but it was the best of the options that we had available. And then also Solomon did also play fucking beautifully as well. He's someone that I've got to give a heap load of credit for, not just for his assist, but all-round play, his energy, his final ball, his quality. He is improving leaps and bounds. And it was interesting to see him on the wide area. Him in the 10, Ramazani starting wide left, and then throughout the game, those two switching over positions, Solomon coming out left a couple of times, Ramazani going into the middle, which is actually what happened for the goal, where Ramazani drifted centrally into the middle of the box, and Solomon went out to the left-hand side and put a beautiful little dink into the box, straight into Ramazani's head. So I think that is something that could actually work very well for Leeds. Now, whether Farke will do that in the league, whether he will trust dropping out Brendan Aronson and playing Solomon and Ramazani in those two positions and just allowing for a little bit more fluidity, a little bit more interchanging from the wide areas to the central areas, that's something I don't know that he will have the confidence to do, the same way I don't know he'll have the confidence to play Schmidt in the league in a fullback position. But these are things I would love to see us implement into the league campaign. Sprinkle in a couple of more first teamers in there, and sprinkle in a little bit more, I don't know, a fucking roll up their ass to give them a little bit of energy. Then I think that could work very well in the league, and it could be some positive signs. I'm clutching at positives, I know, to take away from it, but you've got to at the end of the day, and especially when there's a huge positive like senior Firpo returning to the side. Boy, was it good to see him in there. You can see he just oozes charisma down that left-hand side there. Really just injects confidence in you as a fan when you see him lining up on that pitch there, that he is going to cause some danger and that Leeds are going to be able to create something going down that left-hand side. It was really good to see him back. Ilya Gruev also getting himself back into the side as well. So very exciting things ahead for Leeds United into the next round of the Cup. Can't say too much more than that. But let me know what you guys thought anyway down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, so I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.